What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 52, the Jordan Montgomery episode of the 214 Sports Show. So glad you could join us for another episode. Right now, just Joseph Duffy here with Courtney Machani. TJ Krill is having a little bit of a Wi-Fi issue. He might not pull up for this episode, but he will definitely be back. He is okay. He's having to pack his bags, get ready to move right back to Austin. Yeah, he says never get AT&T. TJ, we wish you could be here, man. Please show up next week. But, right now, just moved in last week. This is going to be a very casual episode, by the way, Courtney.
For sure.
Just moved in last night. You moved in last week. We are starting to file right back in for another year of college here at the 40 Acres, as you can see right here. Episode 52 of the 214 Sports Show on YouTube and Spotify. Going to talk a little bit of the Rangers and the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, not too much being said about the Mavs and Stars. Really just about scheduling with the Mavs. We're not going to talk much about them for a second. Just about the in-season tournament and what's to come later on in season openers. We're going to start really with some Rangers news as it goes, but TJ had a whole thing slated for on this day. Rangers beat the Angels 6-4 on August 17th, 2018 to get 55 and 69 on the season. Odor was batting .271. Man, that name right there brings back some memories. Rougned Odor. You know, a lot of people thought that guy was going to be special. I saw it for a little bit, but he fell off so quickly. Was batting .271 at this point. Drove in 3 runs with a single and a sac fly. Joey Gallo had 2 RBIs, and Drew Hutchinson got in his first win of the season with 5 innings pitched, only giving up 2 runs. Drew Hutchinson is a name that I really thought had potential, man. But
you just thought everyone had potential, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Jose Leclerc got the save by striking out the side of the ninth. What's new? Jose Leclerc's still a Ranger. Should have been gone, in my opinion, but he is still here, kicking it with the Texas Rangers.
Come on, bro. That's a champion. That's a champion.
And apparently there was a very heated 3-team race for the AL West this 2018 season, as TJ had written as of August 17th, 2018, who was in first in the division at this time. What do you think, Courtney?
I'm going to say it's probably some random shit. Oh, it's probably some random stuff, bro. It's probably
if it's 2018, there's no way, it's anybody up. It's got to be the Astros.
Yeah, I feel like it's got to be the Astros. I'm going to go with the Astros. I feel like the other teams really haven't.
It could be the A's, too. The A's were really good at this time.
That's why I feel like he put the question, because we would never guess the Athletics.
I don't know
how the Athletics.
How did he find, the specific, date for the standings? I'm trying to figure out how he did that. If you're just now figuring out, it was planned for TJ to host, but just, a lot of technical difficulties. So I kind of got thrusted into the hosting role. It's all love, though. Nothing bad with TJ. He has to get packed and, he has to hit the road as we're all heading back to college. So I really don't. I think the answer to this is the A's. I really do. Yep, it is the A's. Has to be the A's.
I found it. AL West. It was actually Houston.
At August 17th, though, because I know Houston won the division, but I think at the time it was the A's because
I'm still seeing the Houston on August 17th.
Oh, okay. Where are you looking?
On Baseball Reference.
Ah, okay.
It's 74 wins for the A's. I mean, not my fault. 74 wins for Houston, 73 wins for Oakland, 70 wins for Seattle, 62 wins for the Angels, 55 wins for the Rangers.
Boy, that was a time. That was a time to be a Rangers fan. Absolutely brutal freshman year of high school. Anyways, moving into Rangers news, just this past week, the Rangers have had a rough go of it. It's looking like a very bad decision to buy as manager Chris Young. was doing, acquiring Andrew Chafin and Carson Kelly, dropping a series in New York that arguably they could have had. They had it really right there, losing a very close game, which started in Game 1 against New York and losing 8-0, but bouncing back in the second of that doubleheader, 9-4, and then in Game 3, just right there, once again right there, closer and what is his name? Why am I forgetting the Yankees closer? Why am I forgetting the Yankees
You don't
closer?
know more than me.
Hey man, listen, rough morning. I don't know why I'm forgetting his name. Clay Holmes, who was right there, getting a lot of boo birds in Yankee Stadium. Oh, the Rangers about to come back. Adolis Garcia starting to heat up. Leody Taveras right there, who's had a rough go of it really this whole season, defensively speaking. Not exactly the same bat last season. Right there in the game on the line. Can he tie it? He cannot, and that's how the Rangers lose in New York. And then, of course, heading to Boston, we are not surprised at all by what we saw in this series again. Mostly not even close. The Rangers rarely win in Fenway. The Red Sox actually not good at all this season at home at Fenway Park, which is really surprising because that's usually where they dominate. It's such a great home field advantage, historic park. Dropping another series. I mean, this team just can hardly win any road games. So, not really surprised by what we saw in New York and Boston. I knew they were not going to probably win these series, head to the Northeast against these two franchises in the AL East. And then, of course, last night, according to last night when we were posting this, or recording this, losing to Minnesota in Globe Life Field. A very close game when the Rangers were leading. But like I said, Leody Taveras' defense just has not been up to par this year. I don't know if you saw the clip of the inside the park home run he surrendered, but just very rough defense that we're watching from center field. And you have to think, at some point it's wraps, man. I don't know if he's coming back. He had a good run. He had a very good run last year. He was one of the key pieces for that World Series team, but man, just not the season that you were looking for your starting center fielder.
For sure.
And he had a very clutch run last year, and that whole playoff run had a few clutch home runs. Had a nice home run robbery at one point against the Astros. Would produce runs at a very high clip. He was the one on base that I always love to point out when Corey Seager hit that game-tying home run. He's the one that drew that walk. Yeah. Leody Taveras was a very instrumental piece for that World Series team last year. Just has not been what Rangers fans were anticipating for a very hyped outfield. And so you have to think that Evan Carter is probably coming to replace him for good in that center field spot. Adolis Garcia has not been amazing, but he's had a great last week so far. I don't think anybody was expecting the drop off in offense this year because this offense as a whole,
pretty bad, bro.
Bottom half of the league in almost everything. They showed a before and after in numerous offensive stats as a team, and we were second, third, first, and like everything last year. And you look at the stats now, it's like 17th, 18th, 19th. It's bad, man.
It's crazy how that this team is comparable to the 2018 team. Like it's around the same record.
Hey, man.
It
really, to me, it feels like the 2022 team. This is what it feels like. Another 20. Do I mean 22? Yeah, 2022. The season before. Yeah. Of course, we started popping up because 2022. That's when. We had Marcus and Corey Seager for the first season. I thought we were really going to have to change immediately. That's why last year felt so great because it felt like we finally lived up to it. But 2 years ago, that offense was not good at all. It was brutal. A lot of missed opportunities, just like you're seeing this season all year long. Just so many missed opportunities. The thing about this team, which is so funny to me, man, it's just like they're in the game. Most of the games we've watched. Like, it's not like they're just getting smoked every game. I never thought, they're getting blown out every game. If you watch, this past series, with the Red Sox and Yankees, it doesn't feel like they're getting dominated like that. It feels like they just can't hang in with a team in the past, like, in the final, like, three innings.
Yeah, for 6 innings, literally.
No, nobody has that clutch gene right now in this.
No,
Like that,
that's
I
not
guess
on that roster.
you can say Wyatt Langford, I guess, if you want to be technical with it. He had a really good, clutch game 3 against the Red Sox. But where are the guys who were, are going to step up when there's runners in the corners with no outs? Where are the guys who are going to step up with runners on second and third with 1 out? The amount of times I've said, like, again, that we've had these situations where guys just flat out fold when we need them the most with runners in scoring position. I don't know what's going on, because last year that was our bread and butter. Dropping the 3 and 4 spots in the innings, and all of a sudden just leave up empty-handed in a lot of these innings now. So very frustrating season thus far for the Rangers. It's looking like it's pretty much just over.
Yeah.
A mistake, like I said, by Chris Young to try to buy instead of sell. I know you never want to tell your guys like it's over, but it probably is over now. You probably should have told him it was over, because as soon as he started to buy, this team started to tank. All of a sudden, you just gave up some valuable.
Started to get worse.
You gave up some valuable prospects now for this, and you're gonna have to start your next season. It's not like we gave up too much, but like still, you don't want to give up prospects for these old guys that you just got. Not like we got some young prospects from return, except Walter Pennington. He's been all right.
Not many GMs can rebound after a championship run successfully, and look, in the case of that, because it's gonna crash, and it's gonna be bad. He was trying to see if he could light a spark. Yeah, it's gonna crash, bro.
Hey man, like I said, I didn't say, like, I didn't want to sound like such a pessimist in the beginning of the season, but this was on brand for this team. And, it didn't help that we had all these injuries that were happening during the season, of course, with guys going in and out. We never really had like a completely, solid rotation running the whole time. Someone was always hurt, going up and down to the IL. So technically, Bruce Bochy teams, they do this. I've talked about this so many times now. They do this. All his World Series rosters, they're not necessarily like dominating year in and year out. You could even compare this, I bet, to the San Antonio Spurs, I guess, who don't necessarily win every single year, but they can stay competitive. This team did not stay competitive though this year. Maybe that's not the best comparison to the San Antonio Spurs. I bet the Giants have a better one. Let's stick to baseball.
Okay, yeah, let's go San Francisco.
Yeah, but the Giants, sticking with Bruce Bochy here as the manager, his teams, historically speaking, are not exactly like consistent 90-win teams, which is so funny because he's a 4-time World Series champion. His teams, compete when they're good. He's not lost a playoff series since the late 90s, I believe. 1999 World Series. That's the last time he's lost a playoff series. He has won 12 straight, I believe.
Every time he makes the playoffs, he's winning championship.
That's going to be a funny career to look back on. That's going to be honestly like amazing to watch develop.
It's like the Eli Manning of coaches, bro.
That is crazy. I mean, that's good. That's good, Eli Manning of coaches.
Literally,
that's a good tweet. I might take that. I'm sorry.
It goes Ryan Philadelphia account.
With some hashtags. 4 or 5 hashtags. MLB Twitter, hashtag viral.
Hashtag come and take it.
Yeah, so, I mean, that'll really do it with this Rangers team. Not much to add. Just very disappointing this year. I will say Jack Leiter had a very good start last night. I believe he had over 10 strikeouts. His velocity has increased so much.
I've heard people are getting impressed with Jack Leiter.
Oh, he has to be here next year, man. I can't keep waiting on this guy's development because we drafted him to be really a top 2 guy in the rotation.
Yeah.
He was looking incredible in his start. And so did Kamar Rocker, who also is a former Vanderbilt player, both drafted in the same draft that we got them. And, so glad that we could finally snag these guys and that they're developing, because Kamar Rocker has been through been through so many injuries, man. You hate to see it from a guy who has so much potential. He was dominant playing for Vanderbilt back in his collegiate career. So moving on to the Dallas Cowboys. I want to kind of talk a little bit about fantasy real quick and get some of your fantasy takes because, man,
I'm trying to start a
I
fantasy league. My ESPN fantasy app is
it's not working or something.
is malfunctioning, bro. So I'm gonna try to figure that out. But go ahead.
I was gonna ask you your thoughts on Chris Olave because you being a New Orleans Saints fan for the majority of your life, and for those who don't know, he's actually not technically a Cowboys fan. We're all from the Dallas area, but he's actually a Saints fan. What are your thoughts on? What are your thoughts really on Chris Olave? I need your thoughts because, man, I'm contemplating if I should get him in the second round, if he even is there. I don't know what I should
Olave
anticipate.
is a weird fantasy choice because I feel like towards the end of the year, the relationship with Derek Carr soured a little bit, and he kind of just gave up on the year. Route-wise, he just wasn't running routes the same, and he just wasn't like obviously because everyone in their life hates Derek Carr. But coming into this year, I do like what I've been seeing from Olave in training camps and stuff like that. I I think we have a need for offensive weapons. Like you would say it, we have offensive weapons, but we really don't have offensive weapons. So I think he's got to take a big step. I like him for fantasy this year. I think this will be his best fantasy year for sure.
Yeah, do I think he's going to be like this receiving monster?
No,
Probably not. Fantasy wise, where do you think he finishes though? Because I think he can have a decent fantasy season, a really good fantasy season.
in the rank of the receivers, like where I
Yeah.
think he's gonna finish in output, I'll put him top 10. I'll put him top 10.
So is that good enough for me? Is that good enough for me to draft second round? Like,
round.
because I get first overall pick, so I'm probably gonna take CMC once it comes all the way around. If Devontae is there, I'm taking Devontae.
You know, it always depends on the board for me, but I would say he's in the fringe wide receiver
Second and third.
one row. Like, if you had to have him wide receiver one, he's like later wide receiver one. So, depends on how many wide receiver one. It depends who your the draft. Like, if they prioritize running backs or wide receivers, because usually everyone just loves getting those running backs out first. So I don't know, because obviously, like you got like the Amon St. Brown, JJ, Chase, and that. Who else has obviously like we didn't know the Rams receivers. Yeah, so I'll probably put Olave in like that 10, 11, 10 to 12 row.
Yeah, because I was planning on doing running back and then two receivers and then running back. And I know
That's
running
how I
back
usually do it.
running
I
back
like
is
mine.
so thin.
So thin.
So
I
thin
like
this
my
year.
receivers elite though. I don't know why. I was like an elite receiving core, bro.
I can't do it again because I usually have good running backs. My receiving core is always like these receivers who get rejected all of a sudden, who can't find the end zone, who hardly get targeted. It always ends up that way. I had Devontae Smith last year, and he was cooking, bro, like beginning of the year, and then all of a sudden A.J. Brown started whining and complaining about targets and took my dude out of the game, bro.
Took him out the season.
Just crazy, man. That Rams game had me in tears. That dude was not even getting looked at. Like Hurst looked at literally everybody except Devontae. It felt like what do you call it? Like he set him up. He set Devontae up to fail, bro. He want more than slant routes.
Bro, I won fantasy last year. I'm pretty sure. I don't even remember my team though. Like, I don't remember who I won it with, bro.
Didn't you have like Kamara or something? You showed me your roster. You showed me one of your rosters.
Yeah, I had Kamara. I'm pretty sure I won the TSTV one. It was me.
Oh yeah, I think you did.
Yeah, I really don't remember my roster though, bro.
But
I don't think it was crazy. I'll have to find it, but I know it wasn't crazy running back.
Man, oh man, I need everything. I need all the help I can get in fantasy this year, bro. My guys think I'm not prepping at all, but I'm doing a lot. I'm
been seeing your messages,
bro. I'm the Cowboys of my fantasy. Like I find a way to do good, But when it comes to playoff time, I just don't have the depth, and I also don't have like the firepower enough like to hold the line in the first round. Because I do good enough to make the first round, but
Yeah.
I just can't win, bro. My highest finish is like probably 6, I think, ever.
Damn.
I'm not that good. I'm good in every other fantasy sport though.
I would say on the final with Olave, I'll just say he wouldn't be my first choice if the second round. I feel like I was like 10, 12 receivers I'll take over him. I would like him a lot more in the third than I like him in the second, is basically what I'm saying.
I mean, I get back to back, so I mean, I could get him in the third if I really want to. I'm hoping Devontae falls to me. That's what I need. I need Devontae to fall to me.
Exactly.
But should I get all reliable Mike Evans then?
Hell,
If Devontae is gone, Mike Evans and Olave.
You are expecting 1,000, but you're not gonna get that until the end of the season, bro. You can see how he starts turning up like towards week 12, bro. You're not gonna get done from Mike Evans. Like,
You're right. You know.
It's the truth, bro. But
boy.
at least you know your game, though.
It's just, I just don't know if I like should skip over Mike Evans for like Michael Pittman. That's what I'm saying. Like, do you trust Michael Pittman like that? Because I know one of the receivers just got hurt.
I don't trust Michael Pittman, but obviously, like Anthony Richardson's gonna need to lean on somebody.
Man, I don't know what to do. If Devontae is gone and it's up to just because what I do through my mock is that sometimes when Devontae is gone, it goes like Olave, Pittman, who else? Like Debo. No, Debo's more for 4th, 5th round. Olave, Pittman. There's also like Evans. And someone else really that's like a 2nd, 3rd round receiver that I just don't know if I should take them. I just don't know who my top 2 receivers would be because I want to take 2 like great receivers in the 2nd and 3rd round. So I feel like I should take like Olave and Evans, but I don't know. I don't know if I should move Pitt.
I personally think that's a nasty. I don't think that's gonna hold you 17 weeks, bro.
Olave and Evans?
I don't think Olave and Evans gonna hold you 17 weeks, bro. I think you can get someone in the upper echelon. I mean, you might not get it because obviously, like, you're your first pick. But if you can get one of them upper echelon receivers and then get like an Evans and Olave, I think you're a lot better suited, bro.
So, if you look at the wide receiver, top 10 wide receiver rankings in ESPN fantasy. Some of them, let me tell you, Isaiah Pacheco, bro. I don't understand it. I mean, they are tweaking ESPN with this. That makes no sense, bro. How high he's rated. Okay, Marvin Harrison. That's the guy that's always on the board for me somehow when I'm getting ready for my mock draft in the 2nd and 3rd round. And I don't know how seriously I should take a rookie as a threat here. So yeah. When it's my chance to go 2nd and 3rd round, it's usually, Olave there, Devontae, Marvin Harrison, Michael Pittman, Mike Evans, and Drake London. That list right there. Because I feel like Devontae is not going to follow me. I'm being hopeful in my league that he will follow me. He followed me last year. I just wonder what my league's going to do this year. Because if Olave...
I think he'll fall for you. I mean, it's not he lifted his stock from last year,
Yeah. Who is the best duo I should get out of Olave, Adams, Marvin Harrison, Michael Pittman, Evans, and Drake London?
Olave, Michael Pittman, Drake London, Evans, and Harrison, you said?
Yeah. Olave, Adams, Marvin Harrison, Michael Pittman, Evans, and Drake London. I'm not that high in Drake London. I'm not going to lie.
Nah.
I know Kirk's there.
I would try Harrison. I would take a risk on Harrison. And I'll go with one of those established receivers.
I can't. I like Olave, man.
Nah, I mean, obviously I like Olave too, bro. But it's like...
Let's be real here, bro.
She's not ever going to be my first choice, so I'm sorry. He's too fragile and he just can't make contested catches sometimes.
He gets crazy targets.
He does get crazy targets. When Derek Carr decides to like him.
Hey, Rashid Shaheed, you better watch out for him. He might have a sleeper season.
Not worried about it, bro.
Rashid Shaheed.
I'm not riding home about Rashid Shaheed, bro.
Oh, my God. I'll take your advice for it. But we're going to move on to the Dallas Cowboys. A little a little bit of the show left. Not too much crazy news, but some key signings for Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. Getting more D-line help, acquiring Carl Lawson and former Bill Jordan Phillips. If you remember Jordan Phillips from a few years ago, the Thanksgiving game against the Buffalo Bills, he's the one who was kind of showboating, looking at the camera, I think licking his fingers, getting ready to eat his turkey after beating the Dallas Cowboys in Jerry World. But also signing, of course, Carl Lawson to the former New York Jet, just to bolster a little bit of the defensive line. So I kind of like these signings a little bit. Do you have any thoughts on it at all? Have you not really looked too much into it?
I mean, D-line depth is always important. Whoever they sign, I mean, obviously, they need a pass rush and need more bodies. I think that's all the signing really was, just to have more bodies on the roster. Not obviously you're not gonna get Carl Lawson of the Bengals, but you'll have a body. That's all that matters. You're not gonna get like a Pro Bowler.
You'll have a body.
Before.
I mean, really, you can never have. You say it all the time. You can never really have too many defensive ends. Never have too many pass rushers. It's not a bad thing to have, as many as you can get, especially at a cheap rate like this right here. Because Carl Lawson is he's not really that caliber that he had been. He's never like a great player, but he was very serviceable back when he was with the Bengals and Jets.
Yeah, he made it big.
So when you get these guys and Jordan Phillips, I do think that's a really decent signing for the defensive line. Do I think it moves the needle? Probably not.
No.
But it's just good to have more guys who can be up the middle like Jordan Phillips, and then a guy like Carl Lawson who can set the edge. And I'm really high on what is his name, bro? Why am I forgetting so many names? The rookie edge rusher is going to probably have to step up in the place of Sam Williams this year. Let me look him. Why am I forgetting his name as well? What is his name? Marshawn Nealand. Yeah. He's going to be a guy to watch really in the future, I think. He's going to be amazing. But the news coming out recently about Tyler Guyton's practice tape, oh my goodness. I'm already getting excited because if there's anything the Cowboys do not miss on, of offensive line.
So true.
Every single time it works out pretty much every single time. Still waiting a little bit on Cooper Beebe, but guess what? Our first round pick, Tyler Guyton from Oklahoma, he's looking pretty solid so far, and he is getting rave reviews in Oxnard right now. Of course, last week in the preseason game, the Cowboys would lose to the LA Rams on a very clutch game where crazy play, by the way, by Stetson Bennett. I don't know if you saw that play.
Nah,
but go back and look at that throw whenever you get some time, man, because that throw was crazy in the red zone. But the Cowboys would not hang on in that game. Not like it really mattered, but just a preseason game. But Tyler Guyton, man, I'm really excited that he can be ready for week 1 because you don't see a lot of offensive linemen who can just be thrusted into the blind side tackle, and he's going to have a chance. Every day you get to go against the best of the best in the league and guys like DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons. And so when you have those guys on your team can go against, it kind of prepares you, I guess. It's really an advantage, and a lot of people don't know about it. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about it, but they have a great offensive line developer who's not technically a coach, really, in Duke Mayweather. Sorry about that, Duke Mayweather. He's in the DFW area. He's around Frisco. He's always posting, clips of how he's helping these guys out. And so I'm surprised he's not really delved into coaching because he has developed so many of our O-linemen and so many linemen around the North Texas area. I'm not sure why he's not an O-line coach for some team.
He probably helps other linemen on other teams. That's probably why.
Yeah. So I think he's just more like a guest for these practices, and really he has his own business that he's doing stuff in. But
yeah, because he helps out Lane Johnson too.
Follow that dude, man, because everything I post, bro, he is working with some of the best linemen in the game, and he is helping a lot of them become premier
tackles.
tackle. It's just crazy to me, man. Every single guy he works with somehow, gets better. It shouldn't be a surprise because his name's attached to a lot of these guys. So, the Dallas Cowboys, what are your thoughts? Last question here. Heading into the 2024 season, what are your thoughts on just what to possibly expect? Not like a general prediction, but I don't have many things about this team. I think it's going to be an all right season. They have the talent. Do you have any thoughts on what this team could possibly do if they get these deals done before week 1?
Short and simple, bro. This team is going to be good to average. It's nothing to write home about. The drama the whole year is going to be about let's be real, they're not getting them done by week 1. I just feel like they're not. Like, it's not going to happen, bro. The season starts in 2 weeks? Or even 1 week, maybe. But, yeah, bro, I think we're screwed. I think it's going to be like past 5 years been 12-5.
Yep.
They're not hitting 12 wins this year, bro. 10. I'm not going to go with score prediction like that yet, but, I just think it's going to be a year where it's just win, lose, win, lose. It's going to be one of those years, bro. You're never going to have a moment of happiness for too long with this team this year.
And like we say, during football season, these teams, they determine your mood in the week. So it's going to be an interesting year to say the least. All I'm going to say is we know what NFC East fans think about in the back of their head all the time, and it's that stupid streak. It's the reason why the Giants think they have a chance in this division. It's the reason why the Eagles are probably pretty confident right now, even though I still think that defense is Swiss cheese. Sure. I know they still acquired Saquon Barkley. I know they still are probably going to have a better run game than they did last year as it kind of, fell off towards the second half. I do think the Eagles, generally speaking, I'm just going to say right now, they should be the favorite of the NFC East to bounce back to be the division winner and possibly have a nice spot in the NFC playoffs. But, this team, I'm not going to give a score prediction, record prediction now, but, they'll be all right. I think they'll be all right. I don't want to be too pessimistic. They have the talent. They have the players. Dak Prescott, at the end of the day, although he didn't show up too much in the playoffs, he still finished second in the MVP voting last year. He still had a really good season, probably the best Cowboys QB season for quite a while. So I'm not going to hate here and say, this team is not going to get 8 wins or something like that because they had the talent to get 8 wins.
Yeah, they'll get 8.
It would just be flat out malpractice if this team can't even get 10 wins. I would be shocked if they can't even get 10
wins. I see 10 in their feature. 12 is their ceiling, ceiling. But
yeah.
that's a
hey, man, if you get more, I'm not complaining. If they get more, I wouldn't be mad at all. Yeah, Cowboys being the Cowboys this offseason. Sure would love to have signings done, but every single year this is how it looks. Guys don't get signed until the very last second, and you just keep causing these gaps when there could be a bridge. That you could walk through for this team. This is what causes so much heartache between the two parties, whether it be Jerry Jones and every player, because they don't get these deals done when they should. You could have signed this dude for much less last year. Now you got to pay him a crazy bag because everybody's gotten signed already.
Paid, bro.
It's unbelievable.
Start coming through, man.
Some guys getting some crazy money.
Crazy money.
And I don't know who Brandon Ayuk thinks he is, bro. Listen, I like Brandon Ayuk, but you are not getting $30 million, bro, from the Niners. I'm telling you right now. He is legit probably the 3rd or 4th best player in that team. There is no way that dude is getting $30 million. If he gets $30 million, CeeDee is getting $40 million. Dude, these teams are crazy. These players are crazy, man. And I don't blame them for wanting to get their money. They can get their money however they want to. I mean,
for sure.
But we got to be realistic sometimes. And, CeeDee Lamb, he deserves every penny he has gotten. He's been amazing for this team. I just wish that Jerry would stop lowballing him. I feel like he's lowballing him a little bit.
First, he is, yeah.
And I'm not going to say, he should take a team-friendly deal because he deserves what he's got. He's been on. Yeah. He's worked his tail off to get much better. He used to have some trouble catching the ball at times, but, he's been such a great player all the way from OU to now. So hope he gets his money. So that'll do it really for episode 52 of the 214 Sports Show, the Jordan Montgomery episode. Going to drop the socials really quick. You can follow us on YouTube and Spotify, where we drop the full podcast in length. At 214 Sports Show is the account name for the podcast. You can find it on YouTube and Spotify again. Courtney, you want to give your socials really quick?
Yeah, Instagram is C Lives a Life. Twitter is C_Machani. I'll probably, since episode 51 is not up, I'll probably post that a little late and then probably stagger this one out to a couple of days. Post this one on like Monday, probably.
Okay.
And post the other one tomorrow. Probably something like that, yeah. Or Tuesday. So, yeah.
Oh, and where's the rebrand, by the way? Are we seeing that soon with the C Lives a Life account?
School ain't start yet, bro.
The rebrand.
We still waiting on the rebrand. It's still a program. I want you with the HR team.
Hey, man, he's trying to be like Roman Reigns and get the new theme.
Yeah. I am greatness. That's the new theme name.
They're tweaking with it. It's a good theme, but come on, man. Yeah. Don't mess with something that's already when it's already been good.
Don't even start talking about it, bro. Should be another 40 minutes.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Joseph_Duffy99 on both. I almost feel like doing a rebrand myself because I kind of find that 99 stuff kind of stupid, but I'll keep it for a little bit longer. Maybe I'll do it in 2025. Then I'll finally change it.
Respectable.
Yeah, I'll keep it though. Again, follow us at 214 Sports Show. We're on Instagram and TikTok and also Twitter, where we post some stuff there as well. We'll start getting a little bit more going again, usually during the school year, but it's going to be a very hectic school year for all of us as we're approaching another year at UT Austin. So that'll do it for the episode here in the 214 Sports Show. For Courtney Machani, my name is Joseph Duffy. Have a good rest of your evening.